Hello everyone, this is my Mega Man 64 glitch demonstration. This game is a port of Mega Man Legends from PlayStation. They're the same exact game pretty much, there are a few differences. I have a full list of differences linked in the description. For the purposes of the video though, it really won't matter which version you're playing. All of the glitches will work on any of the versions that you pick. So if you have PlayStation, that's fine too. I'm going to be playing on easy mode so I can start off with the Jet Skates and the Buster Max. Buster Max I don't really need, it just makes the game easier, but the Jet Skates will allow me to do one glitch that will be really cool. And even though you could just play on normal or hard mode and get the Jet Skates normally by finding the items in the dungeons and having role created, there are much more cooler ways to glitch the game with the jet skates if you just start out with in the beginning. So we're going to skip ahead a little bit to a point where we could finally do some cool glitches. Okay, I skipped ahead to right after the City Hall fight. As you can see in a second, finishing the City Hall fight gives you the Class B license, which lets you go into the ruins around the island. This is going to be useful because we're going to put our jet skates to good use very soon. So I'm heading to Cardin Forest now, and we're going to go to the ruins that are right behind where the flutter is and enter. Once we're in here, we're going to move ahead, clear out some enemies just so you can see what's going on a little bit easier. We're going to use the jet skates to clip through this wall right here, this square that I'm shooting at, and this is the only known spot in the game where using the jet skates can actually clip you through the wall. And as you can see, I'm out of bounds now and floating in midair. It doesn't look like I'm anywhere at all, but if you look at the map in the top left, I'm actually moving out of bounds and I'm able to actually move in any direction I want. And if you can see clearly, I'm right on top of this hallway here. This is a hallway that leads to the main gate, and you can see that when I fall off, I'm actually falling infinitely. What happens is I'm falling all the way to the bottom, and as soon as I hit the bottom of the map, it transports me to the top again, and it's like I'm falling constantly over and over again. So every time you fall, you can try to position yourself over some solid ground, and then you'll eventually land back on top of it. And here you can see I just easily pop right back into this hallway. And this hallway is significant because it's behind a wall that you can only destroy with a drill arm, which I obviously haven't gotten yet because it's pretty early in the game. So I've managed to use that glitch to get behind this wall and get to the main gate, which is interesting because this is the last area of the game. There are a few quirks with going to this area early. The door that leads back to where Juno and the entrance should be is locked. You can't open it from the opposite side. You do have to just go to that computer and open it and unlock the sub-cities like you would normally. So you can't go that way. Then I go through this area here to get some treasure. Not really totally useful, except for one thing, the drill arm. Drill arm happens to be here and is very useful for getting around the ruins and especially getting to places you're not supposed to be this early in the game. So now that I have the drill arm, I can have Roll make the sub-weapon for me, and this makes all the sub-gates in the game now accessible now that I can destroy all the walls. You can reach any sub-gate in the game through the ruins that I was in before, so that's why it makes this glitch so significant. Now I'm heading to where you would fight Bruno. This is the entrance to Old City. It's pretty dangerous to try and go to where Bruno is inside that building because we'll see later, but it will basically soft lock the game and I won't be able to get out. The Bruno fight will not start yet. So, better use the walkie-talkie to escape here since there's no other way out. I just want to add that this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to do the clip before getting the walkie-talkie, because otherwise we would have just been stuck there. So it's very convenient that we can call roll here and get out of that situation. It's also great that upon leaving Old City, trying to get back in won't do you much good because it'll just lock you back out. So it's kind of funny that they would just not let you get into the area that you were just in just because you're trying to get into it from the wrong side. You can also get into the main gate early, but that obviously doesn't do anything for you since the main gate is closed from this side. But you can get the cat early, so that's something. Anyways, let's stop messing around with that and get back to this. Could explore a little bit more of this area. Kind of want to explain that this is one singular area of the ruins, and you can't really pass into other areas. You change areas by that long door transition that you might know. So here's this terrible picture I drew to try and demonstrate what I've been saying. This is the area we're working with, and as you can see, there's only two viable areas that are worth going to earlier than intended. The other doors here just lead to different areas of the ruins, and nothing special since we can get through those doors normally anyway. But I will try showing off what happens when you try and clip out of bounds and then get in between those doors, because sometimes you can actually land there. So I'll show that off in a second. I also kind of want to add that you can go in one direction pretty far, and if you open the map screen while you're going, you can see yourself fly off the screen pretty much. Eventually you won't be able to see where you're going, and yeah, as you can see, I'm right on the edge of the map. You can keep going for a while. I haven't tested how far you can go exactly, but it's pretty far. Coming back is definitely a pain in the ass. I think in this part, I wanted to see if I was going to come out of the other side. You know, given how the physics work, when you go out of bounds, you kind of just fall infinitely. I thought maybe if you go right far enough and long enough, eventually you'll come out the left side, but unfortunately, I have not got this to work yet, so I don't think it's possible. You can see here I end up landing on top of the ceiling of this area. I'm not too sure why sometimes you can land on the ceiling and other times you'll just clip right back into the room, but it seems to be dependent on where you are, like specifically like how the room is laid out. And here I land in this weird area between the door. If you look at the mini map on the top left, I somehow land in this area that's below the room. I have no idea what this is about, but there's a small section where you can just walk around. It's right in between where the door transitions are in this spot. Totally weird. When I clip back in, I try to look for that spot where I landed below, but I can't find it. I guess it does look pretty weird when you look past the door. There is like zero ground behind it. So I'm wondering if that was a mistake, you know, whether they mistakenly put the ground really far below where it's supposed to, or maybe it's just the way it is. So there's this new area that I found where you can also land below the map. There's no door transitions like before in the other spot, but this is pretty much the exact same kind of texture I landed on before, except this time it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I don't really know what this one's about, but you can definitely find this if you're curious. So this hallway in the bottom left of the area, for some reason you can't clip back into it by going out of bounds. For some reason it'll just never let you in, so you kind of have to always go around it for some reason. It's always like there's an invisible wall around it. As you can see, I finally got to land someplace by getting in this corner. I can kind of look down into this hallway here, but still no way to get into it. That invisible wall is just really persistent. But anyway, on to more important things. There's this door transition at the top of the map, close to where you need to rescue the Junkman. And as you can see in a second, I finally managed to land in between these two doors. It's insanely difficult to do. Unfortunately, it's not as exciting as I hoped. I tried to open the second door, but it's a fake door. You can't open it. It doesn't lead to anything. So the only thing left to do is just turn around and open the door from the wrong side, which will work just as it should and put you right back towards the exit. Even though you opened it from the wrong side, it still puts you exactly where it should. Anyways, that's it for part 1. Hope you guys enjoyed it so far. There's a lot more to come. As a bonus gift, here's a clip of this game openly showing how much it hates me.